Who jumped you, Mr. Rennick?
Skunky Grogan and his men. They had Doc Holliday with them.
Are you sure?
There's no Grogan or Holliday anywhere, even behind masks.
Doc doesn't need to rob stages. How much do they get?
Not a dime. We outrun them. Doc Holliday was in on it. I'll swear to that.
All right, we'll get you patched up, and then we'll go after him. Some of you men take him over the dock.
Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The Life and Legend of Wyatt Earp, starring Hugh O'Brien.
The friendship between Marshal Wyatt Earp and Dr. John H. Holliday, gambler, gunfighter, and killer, was one of the enigmas of the Western frontier. Dr. Holliday was not popular with Wyatt's other friends, who predicted that eventually he would involve Wyatt in serious trouble. The attack on a Wells Fargo stage in the summer of '78 provided these Cassandras with what seemed to be ironclad evidence that Doc Holliday had betrayed Wyatt.
What is this now? Sam Rennick claims he can positively identify Doc Holliday on the Wells Fargo holdup.
That's right, Your Honor.
Now, Wyatt, everybody who's your friend has tried to warn you about...
That's enough, Jim, that's enough. Wyatt, we know that Doc saved your life in the Morrison fight. And if you want to send Sheriff Masterson after him, we'll understand.
Sure, just so Doc don't work on your feelings of gratitude.
Got nothing to do with it, Mr. Kelly. Doc and Grogan did it. They'll be coming in for trial. But let's leave Bat Masterson out of this.
But you are going to take some deputies.
No, sir. Doc is innocent. He'd resent my coming after him with a posse.
Resent? Indeed not.
Temper, Mr. Kelly. Now, as soon as I have a chance to talk with Mrs. Holliday, I'll be hitting the trail.
Well, do you think that's wise? Mrs. Holliday won't tell you anything, even if she knows.
You don't know Miss Kate, Judge. She's quite a talker.
Doc Holliday, a sick man associating with Skunky Grogan. Well, maybe they did try to rob the stage. But why? John won over $50,000 gambling in Denver. Now, why would he want to turn to stage robbery?
Well, maybe he didn't, Miss Kate.
He probably did. Yes, life has been dull since we got to Dodge. John would rob a stage just for amusement.
Did he tell you where he was going to meet Mr. Grogan?
Oh, yes. I have it all written down over here. John never leaves without telling me where he'll be. Longhorn Creek on the old Cheyenne trace. Just listen to this. Katie, dear, Grogan's poker game. Address below. Just a few days, John. Deserves every bit of trouble he gets himself into.
Well, maybe not, Miss Kate.
Oh, yes. You would stick up for him. He's always right, and I'm just the nagging wife. Wyatt, are you going to arrest him?
I guess I'll have to.
Well, all right. But don't you go shooting at John. He told me he'd never pull a gun on you under any circumstances.
He said that?
Yes. John really likes you. I guess you're the only decent friend he has in the world. Oh, when I think of him sitting on that damp ground playing poker with Skunky Grogan, I could...
I know Doc must be a considerable trial to you.
You could never know what I've been through with that man. Why couldn't I have fallen in love with somebody like you?
Well, thanks, but you didn't. And that's my misfortune. Now, don't you worry, because I'll bring Doc in real safe and sound, huh?
Wyatt. Bless you.
Well, sir, Doc, I believe in myself another $100 worth.
I'll call you.
Hold it. Somebody's coming. Who are you?
Hold it! No shooting. Doc, I want a powwow. Blast it all. Holster that gun, Skunky.
You know him?
I do, worse luck. It's Wyatt Earp. He said no shooting.
Well, ain't he that John Law from Dodge City?
He's an acquaintance of mine. He said no shooting, but I didn't. Anybody else feeling hostile? Mr. Grogan, this is Mr. Earp. I suppose Katie talked you into riding out here.
No. Wells Fargo stage was attacked by robbers. The drivers accused you and Mr. Grogan of doing it.
Oh. Who was the driver?
Sam Rennick.
How much was he carrying?
40,000.
Too bad, Skunky.
Yeah, you and your poker game.
Skunky wanted to have a go at that stage. But he owed me some poker money, so I insisted he and the boys stay here.
You didn't pull the job?
No, Wyatt, you know better than that. If I had, I'd have the $40,000.
Yeah, I think you would. Trouble is, Doc, that Mr. Rennick signed a formal charge against you and Mr. Grogan.
So your duty calls on you to interrupt a quiet poker game.
You mean he'd try to arrest us?
He will arrest us, Skunky. Hold it! All of you! There's something I've got to prove to Wyatt Earp. And while I'm proving it, you, my friends, will be better off in jail. Now get on your horses, all of you. Start back for Dodge.
Mr. Rennick has testified that he recognized Dr. Holliday and Mr. Grogan among the men who attacked the stage.
That's right.
Ordinarily, this court would not hold a suspect on the evidence of one witness. You may step down.
Thank you.
However, the general reputation of Dr. Holliday inspires no confidence in this court.
Or in me, either.
That's enough. Each of the suspects is charged with attempted stage robbery and will be held in jail unless bond is furnished.
How much is the bond?
$1,000 each.
It's an outrage. I won't pay it.
Order!
Your Honor.
Yes, Marshal Earp.
Your Honor, Dr. Holliday's wife gave me money for the bail. I asked the court to accept it.
Well,
You see, Your Honor, Dr. Holliday is he's not in good health. So I ask you to...
No, Wyatt. I'll go to jail. Come on.
Order! Bail is accepted.
Thank you.
Wells Fargo is a very important company, Wyatt, but it's only human like the rest of us.
So?
Northwest route hasn't been changed since you rode shotgun.
Well, I never made that run. Never drove into Dodge.
It's a good thing you didn't. They would have spoiled your perfect record. That route is a stage robber's dream. Hit straight through natural ambush. All the bridges are either rotted or wasted away. That stage could have been jumped at any one of 100 blind spots between here and Nevada. I could never understand why they didn't change that route.
Well, could have been a dozen reasons. Management in San Francisco may not have checked the records recently and found out how much money they were losing on the route. That's what happens when a company grows too fast and gets too big.
John, you stop that. Shame on you, worrying me half to death and then go... Wyatt, stop him. He should be in bed.
Wyatt, if you want to solve that bungled stage robbery, see me later. How beautiful you are today, my dear. There's nothing like 2 days with Skunky Grogan to make a husband's heart grow fonder. Katie?
Well, maybe you can talk some sense into him, Mr. Paget.
I don't understand this. The Marshal and Wells Fargo are old friends. Now, you say he doesn't believe the Grogan outfit attacked number 81?
Not only that, Doc Holliday has him twisted around his little finger. Why, 'tis a scandal of our town.
Doc Holliday. Oh, yes. Well, the man's a gambler and a gunfighter, but I never heard of him robbing a stage.
He'd do it if the idea appealed to him. In fact...
Howdy.
Mr. Earp, Mr. Paget of Wells Fargo.
Howdy.
I'll leave him to talk some sense into your head.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. The mayor doesn't like my associating with Doc Holliday. Sit down, sir.
Thanks.
Can I get you some coffee?
No, thanks.
Well, you got any new information?
No, I haven't. I just got in by train from KC.
Oh. Well, all I have is the driver's identification.
Well, that's enough, ain't it? I mean, we can go to trial right away.
No, sir.
Why not? Grogan's got a record in Missouri. A jury would send him and his boys up just on general principles.
Well, general principles aren't enough for me, Mr. Paget. And what about Doc?
Stretch in jail wouldn't hurt him.
It'd kill him. He's got a case of TB.
I thought you were still on good terms with Wells Fargo.
Not that good.
Sorry, Marshal. But it's always company rule to press for a quick trial.
Yeah, you can do that. Good day, Mr. Paget. Al?
Yes, sir.
When's the next stage leave for Nevada?
12 noon.
All right, duty roster's on the desk. You take over.
Yes, sir.
Meet me at the stage depot with a shotgun and a Winchester. I'm going to go talk with Doc Holliday.
John, what on earth are you doing?
Shut up. Come on, Wyatt.
Yeah, we won't be going long.
You go first.
John! John! John, you never leave without telling me where you're going. Locking me in.
Sorry, boys. I'm going to have to ask you to step down.
We're making this run for you. It's in the nature of a little mission.
Come on, get down.
Move.
They've taken a Wells Fargo stage. They stole it.
And if they'd moved the route 5 miles east of here, they'd have a coach trail on the open prairie instead of letting it run through these foothills.
Better drainage when it rains, Doc.
The ground gets just as muddy for hoodlum horses as coach horses.
Well, that's true, but as
Loyalty. Ridiculous loyalty. Just because you worked for them 8 years ago. You hate to admit that Wells Fargo can commit one blunder.
Don't you believe in being loyal, Doc?
Not when it blinds a man to the truth. That's Smiley's Leap. Named for Smiley Hummer. He owns a robbery concession on this part of the route.
I think you're joking. But just in case you're not, you better get that shotgun handy.
I never use shoulder guns. The kick of them starts me to cough. Come on, Wyatt, put them into a gallop.
All right.
There's too many of them, Wyatt. Let's get out of here. Pull them off. I'm trying.
What's the matter?
We better load up, Wyatt. I want to see if you were hurt.
Oh, I'm all right. We better turn back, see if we can take Smiley Hummer.
Smiley didn't do the Wells Fargo job. It happened in Foreman Clark's section of the trail.
Clark, he operates out of Utah.
No more. Mormons made it too hot for him. Let's move ahead.
What, let Smiley go scot-free?
Smiley's dead. He's the first one I shot. We'll be crossing over into Foreman Clark's section of the line down yonder. Could be some real fighting.
What's holding them up?
They won't go.
What do you mean they won't go?
They're all Earp and Masterson deputies. They say if Wyatt took that stage, he took it for a good reason.
Oh, sure. I'll ask Judge Tobin to swear in a citizen's posse.
No, you won't, Mr. Paget.
What?
You can't send greenhorns after Wyatt and Doc. You get too many men hurt and killed. Now, Wyatt and Doc are the two fastest guns I ever heard about. And if you want them arrested, you arrest them.
All right, I will.
Sand looks pretty deep up there. It's supposed to be a bridge by someplace.
Used to be. Up the stream a piece. Indians burned it.
Yeah, well, I better get down and take a closer look.
You're just wasting your time, but suit yourself, Wyatt.
Hey, come! Hey! Get that! Hey!
We're stuck, Wyatt.
Ho! Here. Rest easy. I'll get us out of here.
My last pint. Let's run.
You hit?
No. Let's rush him.
No! Hold your temper. We'll stay here.
You scummy sidewinder whiskey thief! Come out of that brush! Hold it! Hold your fire! Doc Holliday! Doc, we might have shot you. Blast you, Foreman. One of your thieves busted my last pint of whiskey.
It was my fault. I was aiming at your head. Didn't mean to harm the pint.
Well, that's different.
Who's the John Law?
Wide up.
Oh, yeah, that friend of yours from Dodge.
He ain't no friend of mine. I'm helping him on a Wells Fargo case to save my own hide. I'm accused of a holdup I didn't even commit. Wyatt, this is Foreman Clark. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I sure do.
All right. Seeing as you're with Doc, let's go back to camp.
What? Foreman don't like peace officers any more than I do. But he's got sense enough not to try any gunplay with the two of us.
Well, that's what happened so far. Judge Tobin is holding Doc and Mr. Grogan for the job. I don't think they did it.
That's smart thinking, Mr. Earp. No stage has ever gotten away from Doc.
It's right. That's what I told him.
Who do you think did it?
Well, not me or any of my boys. That twisty hoodlum, Sam Rennick, the one who testified he saw Doc, he
Yeah.
used to ride with us. And nobody who knows him would ever believe him.
How'd he get a job with Wells Fargo?
Oh, well, heck. Everybody makes mistakes, Mr. Earp. And they do, too, once in a while. All right, Doc?
I told him.
You never said you knew Rennick. Doc let Rennick identify him, didn't say a word.
Well, sure. I wanted Grogan to stay in jail. Skunky was into me for $3,900.
Well, who do you think it was, Doc?
I think it was Webb Dilliard.
Yeah, Dilliard. Could be. He sneaks in and out of this territory.
Makes a lot of sense, Wyatt.
Yeah, but why would Rennick accuse you and Mr. Grogan?
Well, I think that Webb Dilliard paid him to accuse Grogan and me.
Well, what's Dilliard got against you, Doc?
Last time I was in a game with Webb, I threatened to cut his throat. Otherwise, why would Sam Rennick accuse Skunky and me if Webb Dilliard wasn't paying him?
Yeah. And you say that Dilliard even shot up Rennick? One of his own spies on the Wells Fargo driver list.
That's right. All right, where can I find Mr. Dilliard?
Well, you save yourself the trouble, Mr. Earp. Doc and me will find him.
To bring him into Dodge?
Why, sure. How about it, Doc?
You can count me in on that. Might take a little time, though, Marshal.
How much time?
3 days. Say, Clark.
Yeah.
Have your boys help Wyatt dig that stage out of the sand.
Right. Pecos, you and Dave and Alfredo. Go along with the marshal.
Thanks.
Oh, Doc. I'd like to have Mr. Dilliard and some of his men alive.
I would, too. Killing's too good for them.
Whoa there, Marshal. You're under arrest for stealing that coach.
You go for that gun and I'll crease your thick skull.
You forget I'm a special agent for Wells Fargo.
And I can only conclude that you've lost your mind.
Turning Doc loose. Trusting him and Foreman Clark to bring Dilliard in. And finally, what do? Fire on a duly accredited agent of Wells
The man's
Fargo.
a fool.
Indeed, no.
He was only trying to do his duty as he saw it.
Now, wait a minute, Judge. Wait a minute. I'm an old Wells Fargo hand myself. When this case is over, I'm going to turn in a report to the company that won't make nice reading.
You'll report.
That's right. Straight to the home office in San Francisco. They let the whole Nevada route go to rack and ruin, and then they send an idiot like this out here to make things even worse. I'm tired and I need sleep.
Now, Wyatt, this is hard for me to say, but Judge Tobin and I have to save you from the influence of Doc Holliday.
Well, that's odd, Mr. Kelly. See, Doc is hoping that somebody will save him from my influence. Oh, wake me up when Doc gets in with the prisoners, will you?
That's enough for now, Jim.
But we agreed to suspend him.
There's plenty of time for that. Let him wait a little longer for Doc Holliday. That'll be the real lesson.
You kowtow people make me sick. Holliday's flown the coop and you know it. Next thing, you'll let Grogan and his men out of jail. I gotta telegraph my company for instructions.
Where's Wyatt?
He went to take a nap.
Oh, he did he? I could do with a nap myself. Webb Dillard and Associates. Come on, Kelly. Start earning the pay you graft. You'll find the guns in the saddlbag.
Who is it?
It's Kate Holliday, Wyatt. And John's here with me.
Just a minute. Oh, come on in. Won't you sit down?
No, thanks. Look at him. Wyatt, just look at him.
The doc looks the same as usual, Miss Kate. Did you bring the prisoners in?
Yes, Wyatt.
Thank you, Doc.
They turned Skunky Grogan and his boys loose. Now John wants to ride up to Skunky Grogan's camp and start that poker game again. Oh, Wyatt, stop him. Save him from another sick spell.
Katie, it's my life, and it's my money. I gotta go and win it back from Skunky Grogan.
Now, wait a minute. If you win from Grogan, he'll pay you back in stolen money, won't he?
You'll have to prove that, Wyatt. Katie, don't hang around this room. They'll throw Wyatt out of the church.
What am I going to do?
Well, Miss Katie, he's your husband. And he's my friend.
Katie, come on.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Violence in the West took many forms, and friction between soldiers and settlers was one of them. With a fort just outside the town, Dodge City became an arena for such violence more than once. All it took was the appearance of one old man full of an ancient hatred.
There he is, right there.
You buffalo hunters still think you can run things in Dodge?
Who says we can't?
I do.
You? You ain't big enough to make that stick.
Well, I'm big enough to lick you.
You want to try?
Why not?
Why, you slab-sided young mule. Jake Castor, you old gopher, it's good to see you.
Good to see you, too, boy. Come on, let's have a drink. Well, I tell you, I don't drink. And, especially with men that are breaking the law.
You got it?
Yep.
What kind of town you running there, boy?
Well, it's the law, Jake.
Law? First thing I ever learned, a man had to keep his eye closed.
Well, that's out in the Tuoleys, where you roost, not in Dodge.
You mean it, Wyatt? Well, if it was anybody else but you. You want sharps, too?
No, you just keep that in your saddle boot and everything will be fine. Well, now I'll have a little drink of milk with you. Hey, Soapy.
Yeah?
Bring us around, will you?
All right.
What? What does that thing say?
Why, you old goat, haven't you learned how to read yet?
But, sir, out where I live, talking and sign is all that matters.
You do that pretty well, too, don't you?
In any Indian language you can name.
It's more than I can do.
Why, they're Marshal. I never thought I'd see that. You always did have a white streak of righteousness in you. I thought you'd gotten over that by now.
Well, I haven't changed much, Jake.
You ain't a boy no more, Wyatt.
No. The years go by.
Yes, they do. Don't they?
What are you doing these days?
Oh, things ain't like they used to be. Times have changed to the bad. Remember how it was the first time I took you out? Buffalo so thick the plains was black with them as far as the eye could see. Just like a rolling ocean.
Yeah, I remember.
Them days the herd was maybe 2 or 3 million animals. Now you're lucky if you can find 8 or 10 of them in a month of hunting.
I know.
Serious, Wyatt. It's why the Indians is fighting. You can't blame them. They're starving. So when I see that, I quit hunting for the forts and trying to feed the soldiers. I'm living with the Cheyenne.
With your wife's people?
My wife said was.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jake. Sorry to hear that.
You got plenty of blue coats here.
Do you mind? Yeah, especially tonight. Port's not too far away, and today was payday.
Yes, I know.
Be a lot of celebrating. Got every deputy on the street. Which reminds me, I better get to work. Say, by the way, you You didn't tell me why you were here in Dodge.
Maybe I'll come to see the town.
You don't care that much for towns.
Maybe I'll come to see you.
Well, you old goat, you didn't even know I was here. You know, you ask an Indian a thing 3 times. The 3rd time he has to tell you the truth. I'm asking you the 3rd time.
You come to see a fella.
What fella?
Don't matter.
Why? Well, I mean, it must be important. Otherwise, you wouldn't come all this way.
I got a score to settle.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I'm the marshal. Knowing how you settle your scores, well, that could mean trouble for you and me.
You're my friend, ain't you?
Yeah.
No need to worry then.
I ask you to move over. You leave me alone. Just because you're in the army.
You think you're scuffing?
That's enough, soldier. Hold it. Hey, you better watch out, Marshal. I got friends.
Now, look, you boys start any trouble, and you're going to wind up in jail. Now, go on, do your drinking someplace else.
You can't tell us what to do.
Soldier. You heard the marshal. Now, go on.
Thanks.
I wasn't thinking of you. I was thinking about the bail.
There ought to be a law against those ruffians coming to town, Marshal. Shoving honest citizens around.
You're not hurt, mister. Go on back to your drinking.
Are you siding with them, Herb?
Look, they got a hard, lonely job to do, protecting all of us. They deserve a little spree. Hey, Soapy.
Yeah?
Where'd the buffalo hunter go?
Well, I don't know. I guess he must have left, Marshal.
You're all right. You're all right. Look, you sit down right here.
Sit down?
You sit down.
Okay, I sit
I'll get the horse.
Okay, Sergeant, you get the horse.
Huh? Sarge? Sarge! Sarge! I'll kill him. If I ever get my hands on him, I'll kill him.
You leave that to me, soldier.
Oh, no. I know you low-life civilians. If they're blue coats, you don't care. You don't even try. Well, you watch. The sergeant's got friends.
Look, if you just stop yammering long enough to tell me what you saw, I might have a better chance to get whoever did it.
I didn't see anything. Well, Marshal, you don't think it couldn't have been Indians?
Well, those are moccasin tracks. It's the way they do it. And the hair.
No. An Indian wouldn't take that chance, not here in Dodge.
Well, you better find him, Marshal. You better find him quick. Because if you don't...
Looking for you. I had a hard time finding you.
You can't sleep inside walls. On them soft beds. You're up mighty early.
Well, I tell you, I haven't been to bed yet. How long you been here?
Oh, some little time, I reckon. Why?
You ever hear of a big Irish sergeant named McCafferty?
No, I can't say I have. I don't blanket with soldiers, you know that. Why?
He's been killed. Indian style.
He has?
Scalped. With a knife like that. By a man wearing moccasins.
You think I killed him, Wyatt?
I haven't any other suspect, Jake.
probably had it coming to him. Besides, what reason I have to kill him?
I don't know. You said you had a score to settle. It was McCafferty you were staring at in the saloon last night.
That's so.
And you're bitter, Jake.
Why shouldn't I be?
Don't pay to be bitter.
You know how our life was. Kind of life a man could be content with. Kind of man was meant to live.
But you can't stop a whole nation bent on moving, Jake. You gotta accept what's bound to be.
Sunbusters, cow wranglers, bone pickers.
They're people looking for homes. They gotta live too.
And what about us? They just better stay out of my way. And them bluecoats, them's the worst. Murderers, all of them.
McCafferty?
You really think I killed him?
Yeah. I think so, Jake.
If I said I did, what did you do about it?
Only one thing I could do.
Quiet. You and me, we mean two different things when we say friend. But this is just supposing. If I killed the bluecoat.
Did you, Jake?
What reason would I have?
Did you?
Why, I already told you.
Did you, Jake?
I ain't no Indian, why? Where you going?
Well, first off, I'm going over to the fort.
Yeah. Associating with bluecoats, huh?
Gotta take back the body. Try and stop the trouble that's bound to come.
If you think I did it, ain't you afraid I'll run out on you?
But if you do, then I'll know. And I'll come after you.
My friend. My friend.
That's why, Jake, you're gonna have to tell me yourself.
Well, Marshal, surprised you ventured out here.
I brought the body.
You needn't have bothered. We were sending a detail.
Well, sir, I'd rather you kept your men out of Dodge until after this is cleared up.
My men wear the uniform of their country. They can go anywhere in these United States they wish, including Dodge.
Of course, sir. But I don't think you want trouble any more than I do.
The cavalry doesn't look for trouble, Marshal, but they're ready for it when it comes their way. You just worry about your civilians.
Well, the civilians don't start every fight, sir. But that's not what we're talking about now. We can discuss that in a few days after I get the murderer.
Do you really think you ever will?
Maybe.
I'm not concerned about where my men go off duty.
Sir, you could keep them on the post under orders for a couple of days.
I could, but I won't. In fact, I've already given leave to B Company today, after the burial. That's McCafferty's company.
Sir, that's deliberate incitement to riot. Is that what you want? You realize that'll cause more bloodshed?
If you can't keep order in Dodge, I can arrange to have martial law declared.
Well, then you better do that right now.
Maybe I will, tomorrow. Unless, of course, you can find the man who did it first.
Will you help me?
How?
I'd like to take a look at McCafferty's service records.
Why?
Because I think it was a personal grudge. Maybe we can find a clue in the records.
I can't give you that without orders from Washington.
Well, then at least let me talk to some of his friends.
I don't think they'd even talk to you.
Thanks.
Oh, Marshal. This is Mrs. McCafferty.
I come to see the man who brought him. I come to thank you, Marshal, for bringing him home to me.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Are you? Are you, Marshal? Then why don't you find the man who did it?
I'm trying to. Will you help me?
Help you?
Colonel, could I speak to Mrs. McCafferty in your office?
Well, all right.
Sit down, ma'am. Now, Mrs. McCafferty, can you tell me any reason anyone might have for killing your husband?
Only that you didn't protect him. That you let a lot of scum and killers run around loose.
Well, I think this is personal, ma'am. Did your husband have any enemies?
Patrick? Not an enemy in the world. He was an angel.
Yes, but was there anything in the past, I mean before he met you?
You'll not be getting me to say anyone had a right to kill him.
Did Mr. McCafferty ever mention a man named Jake Castor?
Castor? No. No, never. It's not help from me you'll be needing, Marshal.
Well, where was your husband born?
Ohio, I think. He came to Colorado as a boy.
Colorado. He joined the Army there?
Yes,
Colorado Volunteers?
during the Civil War.
Well, could it have been something about the Indians? Cheyenne? It was the Colorado Volunteers at Sand Creek, wasn't it? Please tell me, Mrs. McCafferty.
Oh, no, it couldn't be. Surely. But he was at Sand Creek.
Tell me.
Well, it was the only thing he ever did he was ashamed of. Bothered him something awful for a time. You understand he was under orders.
Yes, sir.
But he said something seemed to happen to all the men that day, even him. They seemed to go crazy with the Indian killing. You heard it was horrible. Even their women and children. Oh, he couldn't get it off his mind. He used to wake up at night crying and moaning and... Well, I told him he had to forget it. That the Lord would forgive him. It made a better soldier out of him. He hated the Indian fights, but he did his job the best he could. He was a good man.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Mrs. McCafferty. Maybe you gave me the answer I need.
Well, I've lined up some men for deputies and commandeered some wagons for a barricade. Now, I know you didn't order this, but I figure we ought to fight at the start.
All right, Hal.
Did you learn anything out there?
Some. Jake? Tell me about Sand Creek.
What do you mean?
Oh, I've heard about it just like everybody else has, but not from somebody that was there. There were white men with the Cheyenne that day. George, Charlie Bent, Ed Gary, and Jake Castor.
What are you driving at?
I want to hear it from you.
Sure. Why not? It's a great victory, just like you said. Surprise attack on a peaceful village, naked and starving Indians. Thought they were under a flag of truce. 300 of them butchered. 3 out of 4 women and kids.
Jake, your wife, what happened to her?
Right in front of my eye. And I couldn't do a thing about it. I didn't even have a gun. My wife. Is my son still in her arms? And I couldn't do nothing about it. Nothing at all. But I saw his face, and I never forgot it. It trailed him all over the West.
McCafferty?
If it was. Hadn't I the right?
It's hard to say no to that, Jake. Not many men would. Probably a jury wouldn't. But the Bible says no. Jake, there was blood enough spilled that day. There's already a trail of red all over the West.
And it ain't finished yet.
Look, we're all ashamed about what happened at Sand Creek, the whole nation. Shivington was court-martialed and forced out of the Army for it. Congress has voted indemnities.
Indemnities.
Well, all I know is that the answer to killing is not more killing.
Wife, I'm an old man. I ain't got much time left. But I gotta be out in the open. Gotta be free.
Nobody takes any action without my orders. Not a shot fired until I say so. Everybody understand that?
You think you can stop them with talk, Wyatt?
I can try.
They're coming. What? They're coming.
All right, let's go.
Wyatt, give me my gun. I'll help.
I don't want your help, Jake.
Wyatt, we've been friends a long time.
Bill, get those men out of there. Go on, get back.
Get out of the way, Marshal. You men are violating the law, coming into this town armed. Now, any of you who want to drop your guns and swear to keep the peace can come in.
I reckon we'll come our way, Marshal.
You realize what you're doing? You wear the uniform of the U.S. Army. These are U.S. citizens.
They should have thought of that before. We didn't start the trouble.
Neither did they.
Well, have you found out who did, Marshal? Well, maybe we can. All right, get out of the way, Marshal. We're coming through, and you can't stop us.
Wait! Jake, wait! You want McCafferty's killer? Well, here he is. I killed him. I had good reason. You want to know why?
Jake.
All right, Wyatt. Maybe I was wrong.
Hold it. First man to pull a gun goes to jail. Now, he's my prisoner. You either go on back to your post or come in peacefully.
I just want to know why. I want to know why you killed my husband. You said you had a good reason, and I want to know before I kill you.
Mrs. McCafferty. His wife and baby died at Sand Creek.
on, Jake. All right, move out.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
General George Armstrong Custer led the 7th Cavalry against an overwhelming force of Sioux and Cheyenne Indians at the Little Bighorn in 1876. Custer and 264 officers and men were slaughtered. 2 years later, the American press and public were still arguing about the Custer tragedy. The general's enemies called him a glory hunter who unknowingly led the 7th Cavalry into a massacre. The general's friends said he was betrayed by subordinate officers. Time has proved both theories false. But in the bitterness of the dispute, General Custer had only one ardent champion, his widow.
You remain standing, gentlemen. Will you come in, please, Mrs. Custer?
Thank you, Colonel Benteen. Gentlemen, please do make yourselves comfortable. I know all of you by your first names, so we needn't be strangers now. General Sheridan has just telegraphed me. He says that Colonel Reno must be granted an official court of inquiry. The court will be held in Chicago. I assume that all of you will be witnesses. Am I correct, Colonel Benteen?
That's right, ma'am. And I can assure you that General Custer's memory will be respected by every man in this room. Oh, we had our differences, but it was always give and take. We despise Reno. None of us has spoken to him socially these years.
Then you've already discussed... I mean, you'll say nothing against Colonel Reno that might reflect on General Custer.
Oh, no. Or the regiment.
Here. Mrs. Custer, you will always have our love and loyalty.
Thank you. Thank you. This is most kind. I won't detain you longer.
That will be all, gentlemen.
Don't worry, Mrs. Custer. You and the 7th have suffered long enough.
Well, now, that's settled.
They faced it as I prayed they would. But there's still this fellow Hendon.
Chris Hendon? What's he pestering you about?
This came yesterday. He wants money, I think. I'm supposed to meet him in Dodge City.
This is nonsense. I'll burn the thing.
No, please. He was one of Reno's civilian scouts. He'll be called to testify.
Well, let him testify.
But, Colonel, he could ruin us all. He's a civilian, and the newspapers would be eager to print any lies he told.
Oh, Betty, you're carrying this thing too far. Oh, yes. Now, I've never had any occasion to say this before, but you can't be bothered by every blackmailing scamp or rascal who writes you a letter. I remember Hendon. I think he bolted before Reno made the charge that day. I certainly don't recall seeing him on the hill when we stopped Reno from running away.
Well, he could say he was with General Custer. He could say anything.
All right. Now, Wyatt Earp, the marshal at Dodge, is a good friend of mine. I'll telegraph him to arrest Hendon.
No, Colonel, I beg of you. If we anger the man, he'll... All right, I'll just ignore him. Your first idea is best. Let him testify.
Good. Well, I must be running along. But Mrs. Benteen and I will see you at dinner, eh?
Oh, yes, of course.
And put a match to this and forget it.
He was a show-off, a glory hunter. I charge him with full responsibility for our defeat.
If you ask me, he didn't die like a hero.
I think he was just as big a coward as Reno.
The Army can't cover it up forever. Somebody will tell the real truth.
Miss Custer?
Sergeant Turner, Corporal Mills.
Mrs. Custer?
Is Mr. Hendon in Dodge City?
Yes, he is. He's still hanging around the saloons. Dragging around town what he could tell if he had a mind to. You just say the word, Mrs. Custer. We'll go back to Dodge.
Yeah, Hendon won't bother you no more, Mrs. Custer.
We can't do anything like that. How much longer will you men be on furlough?
11 days.
I must talk to Hendon. It's the only way, Sergeant. Will you and Corporal Mills drive me to Dodge City?
Well, of course, but shouldn't you ask Colonel Benteen?
No. We must start at once. And please say nothing to Colonel Benteen or to anyone else.
All right.
Rent a good team and carriage from the Sutler. I'll meet you at the North Gate in half an hour.
We'll be there, Mrs. Custer.
Oh, Wyatt. Looking for you. Telegram from Colonel Benteen at the fort. Operator at the depot brought it over himself. Said it was extra urgent.
Now, the Army wants 2 soldiers named Mills and Turner arrested. They're on furlough wearing civilian clothes. The rest of it's just a description of the men. Now you pull a deputy off patrol and do just what the colonel says. You sure saved my neck in that dull knife business, remember?
Sure do. We'll ring out the town.
Somebody chasing you?
Yeah, a couple of soldiers. They're trying to kill me. I want them arrested.
Mills and Turner?
Yeah. How'd you know?
The Army wants them arrested, too. What's your name?
Hendon. Chris Hendon. I used to be a civilian scout for Reno. Those troopers was in the same outfit. 7th Cavalry.
Put that gun on the desk.
Gun? Oh, sure. I had to carry it, Marshal. My life's in danger.
Why?
Just an old grudge between them and me. I thought they'd forget about it, but suddenly I turned around in the street and there they was, following me.
Well, my deputies are looking for him now. This will make it easier. Come on.
Oh, no.
Why not?
I don't go wandering around out there and get plugged from some doorway.
Mr. Hendon, you asked me to protect you. Now, the easiest way to do that is to try and arrest those 2 soldiers quick. I'll get my hat. Let's move.
Not me.
Well, it looks like you got the right men.
We're tailing somebody halfway down the block.
That's them. That's Mills and that's Turner. I want to charge them with an attempt to commit murder.
Were they packing guns?
No, sir.
Colonel Benteen wired a request to hold you for the Army. You got any idea why the colonel wants you?
No, sir.
Lock him up.
Come on, move.
Move.
Come on.
What about my charges against them?
Tell it to the Army. Now, you check this gun or get out of town. If you take my advice, you'll get out of town. You may run into some more soldiers.
And what you call police protection? Were you in cahoots with the Army?
I don't think I like you, Mr. Hendon. You stay in this town, you be ready to protect yourself. Now, quit wasting my time.
There's a lady at the Dodge House. She said she's got to see you right away.
Who's the lady?
It's a Mrs. Elizabeth Bacon. She wouldn't tell me what it was about, but she acted awful worried.
All right. Did you get a good look at that fellow?
Yes, sir.
His name is Chris Hennon. I want you to keep an eye on him.
Horse thief or cow rustler?
2 soldiers were after him. They usually got a good nose for a skunk. Go on.
Sergeant Turner?
No, ma'am, Marshal Earp.
Oh. One moment.
My deputies gave me your message, Mrs. Bacon.
Come in.
Thank you.
I used my maiden name to register. My married name is Custer. Mrs. George Armstrong Custer.
Mrs. Custer?
That doesn't surprise you.
No, ma'am, I've seen your picture.
Mr. Earp, 2 soldier friends of mine have disappeared. I'm afraid that something might have happened to them.
Sergeant Turner and Corporal Mills?
Yes. Have you seen them?
They're being held for the Army. Colonel Bentine's request.
You put them in jail? Oh, that's nonsense. Colonel Bentine has no right to. I must ask that you release Turner and Mills at once.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that, ma'am.
Very well. Then I shall have to employ a lawyer. Could you recommend one? Mr. Earp, lawyer's name, please.
Well, Mrs. Custer, that would be a waste of money. I can hold those soldiers for 24 hours, even against a writ of habeas corpus.
Marshal, I know a little about law. What charge has Colonel Bentine lodged against them?
I have a charge of my own, ma'am.
Indeed. What law did they break?
They assaulted a Mr. Chris Hendon.
Hendon? No, they promised me they wouldn't. Did they injure Mr. Hendon?
Not much, no. Is Mr. Hendon a friend of yours?
I've never met the man. Why do you ask?
Well, you seem very concerned about Mr. Hendon's health, and you asked the soldiers not to hurt him.
Marshal, is this a police interrogation?
Mrs. Custer, Mr. Hendon claims to have been a civilian scout with Reno. Colonel Bentine and I went through a rather bad time together right after the Little Bighorn fight. An Indian agent tried to bribe some runaway soldiers into telling lies about Colonel Bentine and the 7th Cavalry.
Are you suggesting Mr. Hendon might try to blackmail me?
He might try it, yes.
How absurd. General Custer needs no defense. You're being rather impertinent, aren't you?
Well, I don't mean it that way, Mrs. Custer. I'd like to help you.
All right, help me. Turn those men loose and forget your suspicions of Mr. Hendon.
Well, I can't do that, ma'am.
Good day, Mr. Earp.
I know the torment that you've been living through. People have lied so much about General Custer, you don't know where the next attack is coming from. Well, you've got me stubborn. I'm going to help you in spite of yourself. Oh, Hal. I told Ted to watch Mr. Hendon. Have you seen him?
Yeah, Hendon's in the Long Branch. Ted's waiting up the street.
Yeah, we'll go pull Ted off. I want both of you to watch the hotel, front and back. If Mr. Hendon goes inside, you send for me. If he leaves, don't wait for me, arrest him.
Right.
I just had a talk with Mrs. Custer. She got worried when you didn't check in and sent for me. I had to tell her the truth.
All right.
Now, Colonel Bentine will be here for you in a couple of hours. Can either one of you persuade Mrs. Custer not to pay off to Hendon?
We don't know what you're talking about, Earp.
I think you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you'll answer me one question, though. Has Mrs. Custer ever heard what the Indians have to say about the fight at the Little Bighorn?
After the massacre at Little Bighorn, she can't stand the sight of Injuns.
Well, I know a Cheyenne chief that was there. Chief Wolfhead. Mrs. Custer would...
Hendon just now went into the hotel.
Let's go.
You'd better leave town at once.
Oh, well, I want to live the same as anybody else. That's why I had to come to you for help. I can get a fresh start now in Mexico.
Remember your agreement to stay there.
Oh, well, a deal is a deal. Good luck, Mrs. Custer.
Hold it!
Mr. Clark, I want you to search this man. Thank you. Mr. Clark, I want you to remember this. I may need you to testify. Throw some water on, throw him in jail.
Right. Get some water, will you? You can't be serious.
Mr. Hendon asked Mrs. Custer for money, and she gave it to him. Look, there's the evidence. Now, don't you want to book Hendon for extortion instead of blackmail?
He mustn't be booked at all. That would involve her, the regiment, Sherman, Sheridan, even Grant.
If Mrs. Custer will do what I suggest.
That is the most complete fool nonsense I've ever heard. General Custer's widow meeting with a Cheyenne renegade.
Wolfhead is a brave chief, and you know it.
Oh,
now listen to me. This poor woman is going to be haunted by liars the rest of her life. She needs to hear the truth just once.
From Wolfhead?
He at least saw General Custer die. You weren't on that hill. You were kept busy saving your own command in Reno's. On a bluff 3 miles away, isn't that right? Well, then will you please go ask Mrs. Custer?
All right. I'll ask her. I'll try. But she's liable to come marching in here and make you sorry I did.
The perils of war, Colonel.
Come in.
Mr. Earp, I will not be forced into a ridiculous gesture. Chief Wolfhead. A lying, filthy savage. One of the fiends who killed my husband and his men.
All right.
I must also demand that you drop your charges against Mr. Hendon.
Mrs. Custer, I'm a civilian. You don't give me orders. Does this money belong to you?
If you took it from Mr. Hendon, I assume that at least part of it is what I gave him. As a loan.
A loan?
Yes.
May I quote you?
What is that?
Part of my report. I may turn it into the Dodge City Globe.
You wouldn't dare.
Yes, I would.
You'd ruin us all, including your friend, Colonel Benteen. You oblige me to tell you that Colonel Reno will be given a court of inquiry. All surviving officers, scouts, and many enlisted men will be called to testify. Don't you realize what the newspapers could do to us? The fact that I loaned money to Hendon would be twisted to make it appear as though I'm trying to influence witnesses.
Aren't you?
That's preposterous. The memory of my husband, his name and reputation are all that matter to me.
Yes. But do you think you should lend money to a man like Mr. Hendon?
What right have you to question my motives?
He's a crook. He tried to blackmail you.
Prove it.
No, I won't even try. Here's your evidence back. No story in the paper. Al, bring Mr. Hendon in here.
Yes, sir.
I told you that I was stubborn and that I'd try to help you in spite of yourself. But all this faith and loyalty you profess just doesn't exist.
Why, you unspeakable.
Calling names won't change my opinion. I have more respect for General Custer than you have.
I'll listen to no more of this.
No, you'd rather spend the rest of your life listening to liars. Well, I know what happened at the Little Bighorn. I wasn't too proud to talk to the Indians about it. Savages in battle, yes, but honest men. Your husband's name is safer with them than it will ever be with men like this. Mr. Hendon, I'm releasing you. You get out of town quick. Mills and Turner will be back tomorrow, and anything that they do to you after that will be an accident. Throw them out.
Come on, move.
Where is this Chief Wolfhead?
At the fort, the hostile stockade.
Will you come with me? We'll leave as soon as my soldier friends get back. Good night, Mr. Earp.
Good night, Mrs. Custer.
They put a chief in here?
It's what the government calls a temporary stockade. The big stockade is a reservation.
2 visitors, approved by Colonel Benteen.
Let me help you, man. There you go. Chief Wolfhead. Wyatt Earp.
My friend.
Mrs. Custer, may I present Chief Wolfhead?
Widow of Longhair. There is sadness for you in my heart. She was brave to come here. Do not stay long. Many are sick here.
Our government could do better for you than this.
There was fighting. We are prisoners of war. Out of respect for General Custer, what shall I say?
I'll ask some questions. Mrs. Custer, perhaps we can make this bench comfortable.
Longhair and Pony soldiers retreat to hill here. Chief Gall attacked on front and right. Crazy Horse lead many warriors to strike Longhair from left. I am told to move Cheyennes uphill from rear. Soon we have General Custer surrounded. We have 10 times more men. We have rifles that shoot quick, 12 times, Winchesters. Soldiers shoot only once, then have to reload. It was not a fair fight.
Did General Custer try to run away?
Run away? He is Longhair, brave soldier. He stands ground what is no bigger than his shadow. He fight to the last.
A lot of our people blame General Custer for not uniting his command. Some of them say he should have waited for the Terry and Gibbon columns to arrive. Now, what do the Indians think about that talk?
Stupid. There is dust and smoke. How could Longhair and his scouts count our warriors? We hide most of them in hills until fight commence.
Chief Wolfhead, a lot of our people who weren't there say that if Reno and Benteen had charged straight for the hill, they could have saved General Custer.
No, not enough soldiers. Too many of us.
And what if General Custer had waited for the Terry and Gibbon columns?
My friend, they would all be dead. I feel anger here when white soldiers blame each other.
Any questions, man?
No. It was war. My husband had his victories. It was ordained that he suffer one defeat. I realize that now.
Mrs. Custer, I have my defeat also. The Great Spirit allowed your great husband to follow the guns and trumpets and pass from this world with honor.
I am not so honored.
I'm sad for you, Chief Wolfhead. This will be changed. You've taken my fear of liars away. I'm deeply grateful. Come, Mr. Earp, we mustn't dawdle.
Yes, sir.
I have to see the Commandant about those dreadful conditions in the stockade. Then I leave for Chicago to tell General Sheridan what I've learned from Chief Wolfhead. Thank you.
Let's go.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Get those two Indians right here.
These the friends of Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, on their way to tell him all about us. That Earp's bad medicine, Roof. Maybe we ought to just scare those Cheyenne.
Cousin and brother don't scare. Roof's right. We'll have to kill him.
All right, stop the jabber. I hear him coming.
Scatter. Meet tonight in the camp.
Wyatt Earp, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
Marshal Wyatt Earp's good friends were Mr. Cousin and Mr. Brother, Cheyenne Indians who had left their tribal group to serve as scouts for the Army and valued advisors to Marshal Earp. Wyatt has been much criticized for his strange variety of friends and his absolute loyalty to them. But friendship with Indians was beyond the pale. As Dodge City said in 1879, Injuns weren't even people.
Mr. Brother is dead, but it looks like Mr. Cousin has a fair chance. I couldn't get much out of him, just that 4 men he didn't know ambushed them on the Nations Trail south of town.
You shouldn't try to rouse him or make him talk. He's got a bullet in the left lobe.
Can he make it?
Well, he's tough.
Take it easy, Mr. Cousin.
Mr. Earp, we tell Mr. Earp.
I'm right here.
Bad men, dry gulchers. They hold up a wagon train. We ride to tell you, then they shoot.
No more right now, Wyatt. Let him rest.
He's gonna need good nursing, Doc. If he asks about Mr. Brother, don't tell him. Just say that I'm gonna get every one of those men that dry gulched him.
Norton says there'll be talk about burying Mr. Brother in the new cemetery.
Well, let him talk. Have you had any report on a wagon train robbery recently?
Indian Bureau wagons carrying supplies to the Cheyenne reservation.
What gang did it?
Nothing on that. An Army detachment from Fort Sill was sent after him.
Mr. Cousin mentioned dry gulches. Now, is that because they bushwhacked him and Mr. Brother, or is there an outfit called the Dry Gulches?
That's a new name to me.
Al?
Yes, sir.
I want a day and night watch put on Mr. Cousin. Whoever bushwhacked him may come in and try to finish off the job.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Maybe a cold trail and a long one. You just arrange the guard.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Mr. Brother was killed in Ford County, my jurisdiction.
He was shot after an Indian Bureau train was raided. That makes it a federal case. I'm still a U.S. Deputy Marshal, in case you've forgotten. Mr. Brother wasn't your friend.
Wyatt, you're my friend.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You, give Hal a hand. Any trouble breaks loose at the saloons.
Gets mighty lonesome on the trail between Dodge and Oklahoma Territory.
Well, you suit yourself. Got 4 men to catch, and I'm going to catch them.
Good, I need the exercise.
Howdy.
Howdy. Get down. Come in.
Thanks.
There's some hot grub there.
Thanks, Cookie.
Yeah, I'll pour you a cup of hot coffee here.
Right hospitable of you.
Well, it's the boss man's orders.
You heard driving into Dodge?
Yeah.
What's new in that dusty hole?
Oh, nothing I heard of. A couple of Indians got shot.
In Dodge?
No, somewhere south. One's dead and the other's being looked after by the doctor.
Why are they taking so much trouble with an engine?
Friend of White Earp. I ain't got time to be answering no more questions. I got to get supper.
Sure. Thanks, Cookie.
All right, here's where it happened. Mr. Sandage had already picked him up when Joe and I happened along. We didn't wait to look for signs.
Four horses. Kansas horseshoes, wouldn't you say?
Not Texas shoes. Maybe Kansas or Missouri.
Now, this horse was shod cavalry style.
Cavalry toes. You know, it could be an Indian trader. A lot of them turned hoodlum when the Army cleaned house and drove them from the forts. Yeah, they all scattered, Wyatt.
One of them went south.
East and north over here. Well, which do we pick?
None of them. Let's try the cattle camps.
Hold it! Injuns! Injuns!
What about them?
War party at Cheyenne! I'm heading for Dodge.
You look like a road agent to me. Why didn't you stop him?
Maybe he was telling the truth.
Indian war party?
Probably reservation jumpers. Come on, let's get out of sight.
Oh. Oh.
Much blood here. It is true. Our friends are dead.
Young Wolf!
No, it is friend. Marshal Earp.
Bad news travels fast.
Both my tribal brothers dead?
No. Only Mr. Brother. Mr. Cousin badly wounded.
We Cheyenne take care of this.
No, young wolf. The Pony soldiers are after the white man who did it.
And so are we. You'd better get back to the reservation.
Sheriff Masterson is right.
Indian Agent Chief, let us go. Read this.
Same old story. Indian Bureau doesn't trust the Army. Young Wolf, we'll talk about this. According to the Indian Bureau, their names are Will Dade, Dick Averill,
Wait a minute. April with an I?
That's right. Sam Wilson, Ruth Prentice. That's the four of them. Call themselves the Dry Gulchers.
Any description?
Well, Mr. Delman says here that Texas Rangers may have a reward sheet on them.
Well, that's a big help to us right now.
Look, we didn't even have the names until now. At least that's something. You think Mr. Cousin can identify him?
No, they bushwhack him. My paper.
Young Wolf, may I give you some advice? Mr. Delman knows he hasn't got the authority to let you and your braves travel as a posse with guns. This paper merely says that you and your braves are going to meet the men named on agency business.
To hang them.
Sheriff Masterson and I will tend to that. Now, my advice is that you go back to the reservation.
No, we promised Chief Two Moon. White men die.
Young Wolf, they will die. I give you my word.
You have been good friend of Indian.
I have tried to be.
If we catch killers, I will send message to you. But you must let us watch them hang.
All right.
Run into that cavalry patrol somewhere.
They may find a gulch or two before it happens.
You reckon that fellow who was running for Dodge could be one of them?
Yeah, let's take a look along the trail.
Cavalry shoes on his horse. We better get back to Dodge. That Gulcher might try to finish the job on Cousin.
Should have shot him when I had a chance. Next time you'll get it.
Wyatt, no killing. We need him to get to the others.
Yeah, you keep reminding me of that.
Sure you ain't being followed?
No, but we're in trouble. We didn't kill one of the engines. I'm not fooling. One they called Cousin made it back into Dodge. I ran by Wyatt Earp and another John Law at the ambush. And to make matters worse, a passel of Cheyenne are trailing us.
That Cousin saw us. You've got to go into Dodge and get him.
All right.
Hold it. We'll trade horses.
What?
Those cavalry shoes.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
We can't afford to make any more mistakes.
soon as you get into Dodge, buy some town clothes. Clean up. Get a shave. Here. Wear these specs.
Hey, where's Dick and Sam?
They're still circling. Haven't come in yet. We'll wait for you right here.
What about that Cheyenne?
Don't worry about them. We've backtracked through water at least 10 times. Anyway, they'd never believe we'd meet up so close to Dodge. You get in, finish your job, and get back here before midnight.
Oh, it's going to be later than that, Roof.
All right, then. Follow us on down to our camp on the Cimarron. Get going.
Well, his pulse is better, but I won't try to remove that slug. I wish someone could convince Wyatt that my office isn't a safe place for witnesses to a murder.
Mr. Earp said to take Cousin to his room as soon as he can stand the handling.
Not tonight. And I'm going to keep the doors locked.
Friend, is there a doctor in this town?
Why, sure, Doc McCarty. You ailing?
Yeah, I've got an ache.
Well, Doc's office is up Front Street near the Dodge Hotel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks.
Who is it?
Wyatt.
How is he?
Doc thinks he's holding his own.
Any strangers come in here to see Doc?
No, sir. He's a mite fidgety. Asked me to keep the shades drawn and the door locked.
Well, that's a good idea. We're going to have to shake down the town. You take the horse racks, I'll take the livery stable. Don't you let anybody in here unless Doc or you know him, huh?
Yes, sir. Who is it?
Doc. Where's Mrs. Perkins?
She got scared and left. But Wyatt and Masterson were just here.
Why didn't they stay here?
They're searching the town, Doc, just in case.
Mister! That fellow walking across the street yonder. Hold it!
Hold it right there.
What's happening here?
Take it.
Must be some mistake, Marshal.
Yeah? How'd you know I was a marshal? It's too dark to read my badge.
I call every officer a marshal, force of habit.
You do, huh? What's your name and where you from?
Walter Jones. I rode in from the Bar Q camp on Salt River.
Oh? Where's your horse?
At the hitch rack in front of the Dodge Hotel.
Let's take a look.
That's my horse.
Did you fire those shots?
I don't know. I haven't found his 45 yet. Not cavalry shoes.
He looks something like the man who passed us on the trail.
Except he's had a shave and he's wearing different clothes.
Marshal, you've got me all wrong. I'm just a cowhand who came into Dodge for a good time.
Mm-hmm. These are just plain glass, mister.
That's right. I use them to keep dust out of my eyes.
No?
He's lying. We'll find the gun.
That's right. Come on, move.
What do you say? I know he's...
All right. I go now.
No, cousin.
Mr. Cousin? Mr. Cousin, you know who I am?
Sure. Mr. Herb. I feel weak, bad.
Mr. Cousin, I want you to take a look at this man. Can you see him? Turn around there. You ever see him before?
No. Who is he?
The name is Walter Jones, Injun. Now, do you have any other bright ideas?
Doctor, there's an Army surgeon visiting Fort Dodge. Will Mr. Cousin be able to make that trip tomorrow?
Well, if he has a good night, it's possible.
One other point, Doctor. The Indians were bushwhacked by 4 men. Now, Mr. Cousin may have only seen 1 or 2 of them. This dry gulch is lucky.
Call the names now, Herb.
Don't beg for a licking, fella.
Just who's going to give me that? You?
Why'd you kill him?
Yeah, there's a law against that, isn't there? Well, you take him out to the edge of town and give him back his gun. And you, whatever your name is, you come back into Dodge again, I may have to break that law. I'll see you in my office later.
You'll see me later, too.
Now you're begging to be dead. What are you trying to do, cheat an insurance company? Come on. Walter Jones is mighty sore at you.
That's good.
You picked the fight.
Well, I want him to stay killing and mad.
He's a bushwhacker, Wyatt.
One of the Dry Gulch Quartet.
You sure or guessing? Cousin couldn't identify him.
He was too interested when I asked the doc if I could take Mr. Cousin over to the Army surgeon at the fort. Well, I couldn't risk Mr. Cousin's life. He'd be aiming at him.
I got an idea. Dress me up like an Indian, and I can...
Wait a minute. The Opera House.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it. There's a Indian dummy over there. Backstage. They used it last year when Buffalo Bill had to strangle a wicked Apache in his show. Looks real lifelike, too.
One thing wrong with that. He might bushwhack the dummy and you.
Well, not with you and your deputies trailing. There's one more thing, and this is real important. Where do most of the decent Indian traders hang out?
Dunphy's Tavern in the county.
All right, fine. You send a man out there that can play a good drunk. You give him the names of Dade, Averill, Wilson, and Prentice. You tell him to spread the word around that they murdered Mr. Brother, and they're blaming it on other men, Indian traders.
What's that got to do with you making a target out of yourself in the morning?
One dry gulcher isn't enough. I want all 4 of them. 4.
Almost half after midnight. Can't wait for Dade no longer.
Maybe run into trouble. Never saw no trouble that Dade couldn't squirm out of.
We'll scatter again. Wait for him down at the forks.
Good, the boys are in position. Here comes Wyatt. Move parallel and about 100 yards in front of him. In case Jones, or whatever his name is, makes his play and then tries to run.
You didn't kill him, huh?
No, I obeyed orders, Deacon.
Come on. Sit down over there. All right, now let's go over this again, huh? You still claim your name is Walter Jones and that you don't know a thing about the dry gulches, huh?
Yeah.
Why don't you turn him over to the Cheyenne, Wyatt? That'll make him talk.
Bluffers. So are you, Dade. You bushwhacked those Indians. His name is Will Dade. He rides with Prentice, Averill, and Wilson.
Ah, you loco Bates. I quit them 2 years ago.
Are you willing to swear that he's a dry gulcher?
I sure am.
Lock him up. Well, that's one of them.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
The murder of Nate Strathern, a relative and a U.S. Marshal, brought to Wyatt Earp a personal challenge. Later on in his career, men nearer and dearer to Wyatt were to be killed or wounded. But not since the slaying of his friend, Mr. Brother, had Wyatt been so emotionally involved. It did not make for clear thinking. Family will blame me. Letting Cousin Nate go alone into that hoodlum camp. I know that Circle Diamond outfit. They never drive here. Enough killers in that outfit that any honest peace officer would fill his jail with them.
Take it easy, Wyatt.
Easy.
I read that telegram, too. All it said is that the man who done it left Mobeedy riding a horse with a Circle Diamond brand.
Well, you didn't read this one. Eck Thomas. He's a marshal in Oklahoma Territory. I trust him as much as I do Tillman or Masterson. Read it.
Well, all he says is that the Circle Diamond is a driving in the Mobeedy neighborhood.
Well, that's enough for me.
To do what?
I aim to hire on to the Circle Diamond outfit. It's a saddle tramp. The man who got Cousin Nate belongs to the Circle Diamond outfit, and I intend to get him.
You ain't using your head now, Wyatt.
Oh, you got a better idea?
Any idea would be an improvement on that of yours. Let me try this job.
Why?
Well, to commence with, nobody'd spot me. And to end with, I've been a cowhand.
Well, I can do anything a member of the Circle Diamond outfit can do. Thank you just the same, Mr. Gibbs.
Well, let me go with you then.
No, sir. You and that shotgun, I gotta stay here and keep the lid on.
All right, but take an hour to think this over, will you? I've drove with them Texas outfits. If somebody don't recognize you the first day, they'll work you to death in a week.
1 hour. Take me that long to get my gear together.
You're in charge here, partner. I'm heading for North Texas. Going back to heaven, Mr. Gibbs.
When they're on a drive, they don't even take time to bury a cowhand.
Forward!
Now, what's going on here?
Couple of them blasted Circle Diamond Riders. They don't want us crossing in front of their cattle drive. They started bushwhacking us. Who are you, mister?
Just a cowhand looking for work.
The Circle Diamond will be short a couple of waddies real soon.
Well, you boys ain't gonna get very far with that wagon shooting at a lot of men from a big outfit. You better just cool off and let me have a little talk with him.
Stranger wants to powwow. Hold your fire.
You a Johnny Law?
Oh, just visiting from Alabama.
Well, they started at Bama. We asked them polite-like to take the Red River Trail. Them freighters has always got something sticking out of the side of their wagon that'll spook a herd.
Well, four of them, two of you. Appears like you, lost your temper. Hey, what's wrong with the Red River Trail?
It's flooded out 10 miles north.
Oh. You fellas know that?
Don't reckon we did.
You better ride back and tell your boss about it. Hey, the fair is still running at the bend. Crossed on at sunup.
Yeah. I guess it'd be smart to point for the bend. You any objection to that?
No, sir. We're scouting the herd. That's our job.
No harm done. Thanks, fella.
So long.
Pull up, Emma.
You looking for work? Well, come to think of it, my grub is running mighty low.
Wonder if Cork would hire him on. Why don't you ride back with us and find out?
Yeah, that might be a good idea at that. I'll get my horse.
We'll get ours.
Well, how about that, kid?
Now the blasted river's flooded on us. What a drive. Herd spread out for 20 miles. The front rider just now tells me about the river, and them tail-end Charlies lost out in the brush. I'm gonna get tough, Sam. Nobody sleeps till that herd closes up. They eat in the saddle. They're gonna act like drivers, or I'm gonna bust a couple of jaws. Now, you tell them that, Sam.
Yes, sir, Mr. Conkle.
Cookie, make up 100 trail rations, and don't take all day.
Not a chance. I need help.
Hey, you. Ain't you the fellow Ring and Saunders brought in?
Yes, sir. I could sure use a job.
Well, you got one. Go help Cookie.
Well, Mr. Corkle, I'm a cowhand. I never figured that
You
I'd...
help Cookie. We'll find out later if you're a cowhand.
Come on, you tramp. Get these sandwiches wrapped up. We ain't got all day. Hurry up.
You're so good at, mister, you wrap 'em.
You give me any more sass and I'll stick a knife in your ribs.
You've been raw at me for a couple hours now. Usually when a fella threatens to knife me, I'll slap him around a little bit.
Oh, you do, huh?
No more yapping at me. Hey, what are you doing to Cookie? What's going on?
Take your hands off me, mister.
I'll fix him.
Let's put that knife down. Cookie threatened to cut you?
He tried it.
Well, you ought to know you got to be patient with cooks.
Not when they threaten me with a knife, mister.
Well, then you can get out of this outfit. Or you can ride tail-end Charlie.
I told you, Mr. Corkle, I'm a cowhand.
No tail-end Charlie for you, huh?
I didn't say that, Mr. Corkle. I'll make a hand for you wherever you want me.
What's your name?
Jimmy Jones, nickname Bama.
Fine, Bama. I need anything to ride a horse. You mosey south to the tail end of the herd, report to Jumbo. You find him and Red and Turk there in the dust somewhere.
Yes, sir.
40 a month in grub. As long as you last.
I'll last.
Might as well tell you that Jumbo and them others are about the meanest bunch of scum you'll find on the trail.
Most tail-end Charlies are pretty mean, ain't they?
Not like these boys, no. The only reason I keep them eating dirt is because that none of my flankers or lead men will work with them. You any good with a gun?
Fairly good.
Take care of yourself.
The miner dies for gold, the nester dies for land. But what have we got to die for on the trail? The biggest fool of all is an old cowhand. Turn to dust on the dusty trail.
You named Jumbo?
No, it ain't. You'll find him back yonder.
Your name Jumbo? Yeah.
Corporal said I should report to you.
You reported?
My name's Jones, nicknamed Bama.
That there's a sticker. You got a slicer in your saddlebag?
Recollect I have.
Get it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Looks like a throwing knife.
Yeah, it could be. Yours is a lot better for slicing beef, I'll tell you that. Hand me that bread there, will you? 5 days old and moldy. That's the way Tim Corkle treats us, though.
Yeah, he acted kind of like he didn't like you.
Oh, he thinks he's a poker player. Me and Turk and Red, we cleaned out the last big game. We'll eat later. Yeah, and Buffalo Waller's just full of mavericks. You know, Bama, you ain't sweaty enough or dirty enough. We'll fix that.
You know, I bet Corkle did send us some grub.
How you mean, Red?
Well, it's just mighty odd, this Greener. He rides in here straight from camp, and he ain't even got a pound of coffee with him.
Hey, that's right.
Meaning you think I stole it?
Turk, take a look in his saddlebags.
Hold it. You go take a look, mister.
If that's the way you want it.
Now you can go get it.
Turn him loose.
Go ahead. You hadn't ought to be wearing a gun, Turk.
Blast him, Red!
You move and I'll crease your skull real deep.
That's enough, Bama. Now you can whip them with fists and guns. They both know it. Now you sit down somewhere and cool off. We got a long night ahead of us.
I ain't a greener, Jumbo. I ain't a thief either.
Apologize to Bama. Both of you.
Sorry.
You.
Yeah, sorry.
All right.
It's enough time for grub. Let's move out. guess you got most of them back to the herd. Better go back and join Red and Turk, huh?
Right.
Ah! I'm hit! Get him! It's just my shoulder. That was Corkle. Get after him.
You're bleeding too bad. Lie back down there.
Oh.
Let me get a tourniquet on this. I'll get you over in the shade. Here, drink some of it. U.S. Marshal cousin of mine was killed in Mobeetie with a knife like this. You know anything about it?
Ain't my knife. I won in a poker game. Some fella went broke and threw it in instead of a $2 ante.
You didn't see who?
No, it could have been anybody. Could have been Turk. Or it could have been Corkle.
Why Corkle?
You're Johnny Law, ain't you?
Yeah.
It figures. Corkle knew that Red and Turk wouldn't say anything, so he took a shot at me.
Corkle does a little mail and stagecoach robbing on the side?
No, I told you he's a rotten poker player. And every once in a while he comes up with a new bankroll. I'm going after Corkle.
No.
Huh?
I want to show down with the others first.
Oh, you're wasting your time, Marshal Earp.
How'd you know my name?
Well, I saw in Wichita, year before last.
Corkle knew who I am?
Well, yeah, he's there in Wichita with me.
Why didn't he just bushwhack me and get it over with?
Oh, he figures he can get you some other time. He wants to scare off Red and Turk. That's why he took a shot at me.
Truth?
What else? I could have shot you in the back a dozen times.
Why didn't you?
I don't like Corkle.
All right. Now, when we meet up with Red and Turk, you let me do the talking, here.
You want to do all the fighting, too?
No, you got a good arm. You got a 45.
Thanks.
Let's go.
Where you been? The herd's gained 2 miles on us.
Somebody took a shot at Jumbo.
You see the skunk?
No.
Well, if it's rustlers, we better close up on the herd.
Yeah, then we'll have the flank riders to help us. This ain't no place to be making a fight.
Well, it's as good as any. Now, you climb down off your horses and watch your hands.
Who is this Bama?
Go on, get off your horses. Stand right up there, gentlemen. Turn around. All right, I want some answers, and I want them quick. Jumbo says he won this knife in a poker game. You ever see it before?
No.
I get it. You're a Johnny Law.
Can you throw a knife?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Keep him covered. Now, I want you to back off. And I want you to throw this sticker at me. Because I'm going to be starting this one your way, mister.
No, wait. You can throw a knife.
I never thrown at nobody.
You're a liar, Turk.
All right, Red, let's start with you. What about Corkle and mail robberies?
You ask Corkle.
Yeah, we're wasting time. They ain't gonna talk.
All right, Turk. Turn around. Put your hands behind you. Back up here. Throw me that rope, Jumbo.
Yeah.
There. Now, the two of you start walking in any direction. I don't think Corkle will let you get too far.
We ain't scared.
Corkle knows us.
Yeah, and he knew Jumbo, but he took a shot at him. Now, you start walking and thinking.
Bama, you figure Corkle's gonna raise the debate?
Well, if you don't, maybe they'll decide to talk. We'll ride off in the brush and keep them in sight. Here, let me have the reins. You've got enough to do with one arm.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, Lassiter! Lassiter! Cookie, where's Lassiter?
He's over by the river.
Well, where's Sam, then?
He's under the table, sleeping.
Hey, Sam! Come on, wake up. Get out of there.
Just nap for a second, boss.
Take 3 men and go out and relieve them tail end Charlies. Tell Jumbo and the others to report back here on the double.
Well, they're doing all right back there, Mr. Corkle.
I got a better job for them. They're gonna lead across the river.
Well, not today. Old Red's full from bank to bank. Nobody can cross that river and live.
They can and will. Go on, get going.
Yes, sir.
See if you can get these ropes loose.
Listen, that Johnny Law's just trying to break our nerve. Corkle wouldn't try bushwhacking us so close to the other boys.
He tried it on Jumbo.
Well, we ain't Jumbo.
I don't know, Red. That Moby killing was stupid. Look, we're easy marks out there. Let's stay down here in the draw.
You help yourself. I'm following the herd.
It ain't gonna work. Corkle's too smart. How close is the herd? About a half mile ahead. There's a few stragglers right over there. Let's close up.
Corkle and 3 others.
I guess it is Corkle. They're moving around slow and hunting.
Well, you can stay here and get yourself shot, not even buried. I want to give myself up.
No, wait. Don't be a fool. Wait!
Johnny Lodge! Johnny Lodge, Jumbo! I'll talk! Johnny Lodge, Jumbo! I'll talk!
All right. You hold him here. I'll go see if that is Corkle.
Well, watch yourself.
Ooh.
Where's the rest of you, Bama?
Red and Turk are in the draw yonder there, hunting for dogies. Jumbo's over there somewhere. What's up?
Corkle wants you back in camp. But if I was you, Bama, I'd just head south and keep on riding.
Why?
Corkle aims to send you across the river. It's 12 feet deep and 500 yards wide.
Oh, I reckon we can make it. I'll go round up the others.
Well, it ain't our day to drown. Come on, let's move 'em. Yeah.
Where's Jumbo?
He lit out.
Where?
That way, towards camp. Was that Corkle?
No, it's just our relief. Corkle wants us back in camp.
Why, you yellow-bellied skunk, I told you so.
Corkle still loves us. We're gonna drive the herd across the Red River.
No bushwhacking. Just a nice drowning. We made a deal when we told you about Moby. That still hold?
Right.
Well, then let's move.
Lift 'em, Earp. I figured you might balk at the river crossing. Well, you're gonna cross the big river, along with Jumbo.
I went back to camp to try to kill him, but he made it easy for me. Grandma, how you gonna square me for shooting Corkle?
Well, he murdered my cousin, tried to murder me. Officially, you came to the assistance of a peace officer.
Oh, now, do you have to say I helped a Johnny Law? I'd never live down a thing like that.
Well, all right. Just hang instead.
Well, disgrace and all, I'd rather live.
Well, thank you, Jumbo. Just saved the state of Kansas $50. Price of hanging and burial.
Yeah, it's good, tough thinking. You know, it's a shame you went straight. You'd have made the orneriest hoodlum that ever lived.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's move.
Was he got to live for on the trail?
Come on.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told. Long may his story be told. Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
A cruel but necessary law of the Old West decreed death for horse thieves. To steal a man's horse on the early frontier left him defenseless against buffalo stampedes, Indians on the warpath, or simple starvation. But in Dodge City of the late 1870s, the horse thief law had become out of date and just plain murderous.
That limb ain't high enough. Throw a rope over that one, Megan.
I did not steal your horses. I buy and trade. I do not steal.
All right, Reva, you've had your say. Come on, hurry it up, Megan. We don't... Hold it.
Take it easy, Bendel.
All right, pretty boy, cut him loose. Cover me, Doc.
Move over there.
What's your name, mister?
Joe Riva. I have a horse camp at the Forks.
You can't turn him loose, Earp. Horse stealing calls for hanging. We was just trying to save Kansas the cost of a trial.
Well, now, that's real good of you, Pete. Kansas should make you an honorary colonel. Wyatt, I know, Mr. Riva. As a horse trader, he's a saint.
Doc Holliday, my friend.
We got the evidence and the witnesses. You still aim to turn him loose?
No, but he's going to get a fair trial.
That suits us. But no funny business, Earp. Bar W's moving right into Dodge. We'll be watching.
Yeah, you do that. Hold it, Doc. The law's on their side.
It's time for the law to be changed. Mr. Riva, you go along with Marshal Earp. I'll tell your daughter what happened.
Doc, you know she's hot-tempered. Tell her to trust Mr. Earp, please.
I'll take care of it. How much for his bond?
Mr. Riva would be safer in jail with the Bar W in town. I'm going to talk to Judge Tobin, tell him what I think. Fair trial, no hanging, I promise.
Deacon, he won't even need a trial.
Lucky for me, Doc's a friend.
Lucky. You know, Mr. Riva, it's been my experience that Doc can get his friends into so much trouble that sometimes they wish they'd never been born. I just hope for your sake that this isn't one of Doc's bad days. Come on, get up here.
I tell you, he must be somewhere. 3 hours now and Papa does not return. The Bar W's have taken him. We will find Reva.
We'll find him.
Well, then why do we wait here? You are men, you have guns. I will ride with you to help Papa.
Helen, your papa does not want fighting.
Oh.
Still, if he's in trouble, we'll ride, Helen.
With guns?
Yes, with guns.
Well, then let's go.
Yeah.
Hold on, everybody. Senorita Riva, you remember me?
It is truly the Dr. Holliday. How fortunate you are here. We think the Bar W's have taken Papa.
Well, they did, Senorita.
They did?
Yeah, but Marshal Earp arrested him to forestall a hanging party.
But why would they do that to Papa?
Bindle and his crowd have accused him of horse thieving.
Oh, that's a lie. Papa would never.
No, Papa
Save it,
wouldn't steal
Senorita.
this.
This is a town meeting, and nothing much gets accomplished at town meetings. Besides, I'm a mite thirsty, and I'd like to rest a bit in the shade.
Of course. Bring a drink for the Dr. Holliday. But why must we steal 20 horses?
So you can sell them to me.
It's against the law. It's the very thing they accuse Papa of. You want us all in jail?
No, Senorita, but I want your papa out of jail.
This plan will work.
This plan is our only chance. Now, you have your men steal the horses and take them to the auction stable in Dodge. I'll handle the rest.
Well, very well. My Papa trusts you. I will trust you. I will give the men their orders, and then we ride into town. I must see Papa.
One other thing, I wouldn't mention these horses to Marshal Earp or Papa. You see, I'm a scoundrel, and this plan of mine is downright skullduggery. Now, we don't want to shock Marshal Earp or Papa, do we?
True. I think I am quite a bad girl.
No. No, I would not trust this idea to a bad woman. It requires your own sweet innocence to play the rascal.
They're the John Henrys, right on the line, Judge. Formal complaint of horse stealing.
I know, Mr. Bendel.
My boss wants a quick trial.
Tomorrow.
That's fair enough. I still say you could have saved everybody a lot of trouble, Earp.
Mister, you better have an airtight case. I'm going to arrest you for attempted murder.
Don't you worry none. We'll have the case.
Stupid murderous law.
I know.
Well, can't we get it repealed?
I told you there's a bill in the legislature, but it won't pass in time.
And you intend to sentence Reba to hang if the Bar W puts their case over on the jury?
No, Wyatt. Not unless the jury makes the death sentence mandatory.
What then?
Well, let's not cross that bridge till we come to it. Marshal, you and I don't make the law. We enforce it. And the best thing you can do for Reva is see that he gets some kind of defense.
Yes, sir. And
I strongly advise you not to have Doc Holliday near the trial. He's not very popular with local juries.
Mr. Gibbs? You got anything more on Reba?
No, just what he told you. Buys and sells horses all along the Texas Trail. Some of them's branded, some of them ain't. How's he gonna tell whether a horse with no brand on him's been stolen or not?
Mr. Bendel claims that his men recognized 3 unbranded horses by their shoes and markings. Now, the point is, can Mr. Reva prove that he was an innocent buyer?
Why, he's just a plain old easygoing horse trader. About all we can do for him's to try to round up some character witnesses.
All right, you tour the town. There must be a lot of cattlemen that bought from Reva.
I sure hope I can locate a few.
Marshal Earp.
No, ma'am. That there's a marshal.
I am Helen Reva. You have my Papa in jail?
Yes, I do. Won't you sit down?
Well, I came to see Papa.
Well, you can see him, but I'd like to ask you some questions first.
Of course. Yes.
Mr. Bendel of the Bar W describes 3 horses here that he claims rightfully belong to them. Now, do you remember the horses or where your father bought them? I mean, if you have a bill of sale or a memoranda?
Oh, please, I must show this to Dr. Holliday.
Oh? Why?
Well, you see, he is going to get Papa off. I promise I leave everything to him. You are his friend. Are you then also our friend?
Well, I don't think your father's guilty.
Ah, my friend and Papa's. And so young and handsome, too.
Well, I think we better go see your Papa.
Where are your horses?
They will be here by sundown. 20 head of the best.
Doc, I didn't know you went in for horse trading.
I'm handling this to accommodate a friend. He set a bargain price on each horse. Now, mind you, Creevy, there'll be no auction. You're going to sell these animals at the set price, take or leave. Now, here's your commission.
No offense, Doc, but are these stolen horses?
Why don't you just count the commission?
100, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, Doc. Marshal Earps.
Never mind, Creevy. There's another 100.
Well, of course, I'm just selling on commission.
On consignment. Now, you remember that word, consignment. That lets you out clean.
Consignment. That's right. Then why such a big commission?
Because I want you to feel and look a mite guilty. The sale will go faster that way.
I get it. You want them to think that the horses were stolen.
I want you to think that too, Creevy. There should be an air of larceny about the entire sale. Horses at a bargain. The buyers knowing they should ask questions, but jumping at giveaway prices.
Doc, we should do more business together.
All right. Now get to the point.
I am trying to save Joe Reva from being hanged.
Well, so am I.
Yeah, I know. You talked that girl into something.
Helen? She been talking?
No, that's why I've come to you.
Well, I can't say anything until tomorrow morning.
Have you got some evidence that can help Reva?
That's right.
Oh, look, Doc, will you listen to me just once?
I have listened to you at least 100 times.
All right, then listen to me one more time. Now, don't go into court tomorrow and blow off steam. Mr. Gibbs is trying to hunt up character witnesses, and Miss Helen's out trying to find some report on the Bar W case. We can handle things.
Not without me, you can't.
Look, will you just listen to me?
No, you listen. Tomorrow morning, I'll send for you to arrest 20 men for buying stolen horses. Now, you going to act on my say-so, or is your deacon smugness going to hold you back?
I'll act on your say-so. But tell me this much, will you?
Not one word. Now, you're going to get them dead to rights. The whys and wherefores are not important.
No brands. Fine-looking horses. Where'd Doc get them?
Yo no hablo inglés, señor.
$42.50. Doc must be loco.
Marshal Earp, hello.
Miss Helen. Did you find anything?
But yes, you will see.
A minute.
Is anything wrong?
Did Dr. Holliday do this?
Do what?
Miss Helen, all this evidence has been forged. Now, you didn't even wait for the ink to dry. I can't believe that Doc would be this careless. Did you do this?
Yes.
On the advice of Dr. Holliday?
Oh, no, he had nothing to do with it. Believe me.
All right. Burn it.
You do not put me in jail.
No. But I want to ask you a question. Dr. Holliday mentioned something about the sale of stolen horses tomorrow morning. Do you know anything about that sale? Young lady, perhaps you don't know Doc very well.
He is our friend. I don't say one word against him.
Or tell me about the sale.
I know nothing about his sale. The doctor is saving Papa. That's all I know.
More than likely, he'll lead your father to the gallows.
Oh, no, he promised. I believe Dr. Holliday.
Well, that's that.
I also trust you. Maybe I am romantic about you,
Well, that's right flattering, Miss Helen. But you're just worried about your father. Now, come on, you walk with me over to the hotel. Perhaps if Doc hasn't gummed things up too bad, we can...
Thank you. It is not allowed that I walk with you. I would be compromised, you see. Papa's men are outside. I would be all right. Buenas noches.
Good night, Miss Helen.
What's the gal crying about?
Just worried.
Real pretty gal she is. If I was 2 or 3 years younger, I might...
Mr. Gibbs, did you get any character witnesses?
Oh, yeah. Joe Reva's real well liked by everybody, except in the Bar W's.
Mayor Kelly, Colonel Grayson, J.P. McGruger. Well, they're all good names. The doctor's rigged some kind of a deal with stolen horses. We better look into it.
No, sir.
What do you mean?
Now, Wyatt, what you don't know ain't gonna hurt you none. You just might queer Doc's play.
Yeah? And his deal may go sour and hang Reva.
In a case like this, I'm afraid I'll have to bet on Doc.
Why?
Well, ain't nothing legal gonna save Joe Reva. It's gonna take a dirty, low-down, mean trick to do it. Now, just leave old Doc alone. It's our only chance.
All right, gentlemen, examine them carefully. Look them over. They're all good bargains. They're real bargains. And remember, it's only one to a customer. The first man that has the cash is the first man to take the horse. Oh, you decided to buy one, sir? Thank you very much. Take him right out the alley door if you will. That's it. And look them over, gentlemen. Look them over carefully. They're all good buys, each and every one of them. Each and every one is a real bargain.
Where'd you get them, Gravy?
On consignment. Don't ask me any questions.
All right. That's the way you want it? $40, huh? I'll take a chance.
You're not taking any chances, Mr. Bendel. You've got a real bargain. How about you, sir? Have you looked your horse over carefully? That's it, a good buy. I'm glad you decided to take him. And you, sir, have you checked this horse over? Going to take him, that's a good buy. I know you'll enjoy that bargain very much. 30 cents. You, sir, you can't go wrong on a horse like that. Take them all out the alley door. That is it.
Got the other end of the alley plugged?
Yeah, the front door, too.
Must be quite a shock to you, Deacon, seeing so many horse buyers at 5 o'clock in the morning. Look, Pete Bendel.
Move in, shotgun.
All them horses, boys!
What is it? Frame up.
Hold it.
Where'd you get this horse, Mr. Bendel?
I never seen him before.
No? And how'd he get the Bar W chalked on? You're under arrest, Mr. Bendel.
All right. Bring him through there, Dale. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Bring him on. Come on. Take your seats. Hurry up. Hurry up. Come on. Come on. Take your seat. All right, order in the court.
I understand that Mr. Joe Riva and 20 other men are charged with stealing horses, or with their purchase, knowing them to have been stolen. Is that correct, Marshal Earp?
That's right, Your Honor. Here's Mr. Creevy's sales report listing the men who bought the horses.
Mr. Bendel, foreman of the Bar W.
On your feet, Mr. Bendel.
Mr. Bendel, you signed the complaint charging Mr. Joe Riva with stealing some Bar W horses. Do you come into this court with clean hands?
This is a frame-up, Judge. Wyatt planted those horses on Creevy.
That will do, sir. This court sentences Mr. Joe Riva and the other defendants to 6 months in jail.
What kind of a trick is this?
However, due to the fact that the penalty for horse thievery will soon be changed by the state legislature, I shall parole all the defendants from bench. Case dismissed. Clear the court, Marshal Earp.
You're still gonna hang, Riva.
Court adjourned. Now go on, get out of here. Move. Marshal Earp, I want to thank you.
You should thank Dr. Holliday.
Yes, Papa. Our true friend.
I suggest that you and Miss Helen head back for camp.
And Dell will try to lynch me, you think?
I think he will.
But don't worry, Papa. Dr. Holliday will fight with us.
Don't be foolish, Helen. We fight no one, Marshal Earp. They will take it out on my people.
You go on, head back to camp. I'll consult with Dr. Holliday.
Well, Wyatt. I suppose you want to apologize.
Mr. Bendel and some of his boys snuck out of town.
You're going to try to lynch Riva, Doc.
Maybe he has another brilliant idea.
You mean you're not inviting me to join the fight?
It's not your fight.
That is the scurviest thing you ever said.
Come on, Mr. Gibbs. I know a shortcut to Mr. Riva's place.
Mr. Riva, get your folks in that ravine over there. Bar W is headed this way.
We fight.
No, you don't. This is our business, Mr. Riva. You keep your folks out of it.
Yes, that is right. We take cover in the ravine. Victor, take their horses.
We'd like to turn your wagons over if you don't mind.
Anything. Help Mr. Earp. Turn the wagons over. Hurry up.
I get a gun and help you fight.
No, you don't.
No, you go with the rest of the women to the ravine. Hurry up.
No.
Come on, hurry up. Turn them over. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, over.
It's the Dr. Holliday. Now I go.
Está bien, muchachos. Vámonos. Lleguen al señor Earp aquí. Vamos. Tome cubierta.
I don't intend to beg you.
Mr. Gibbs and I can handle the situation, Doctor. Anyway, we don't intend to kill anyone, just wing them.
But all right, I'll wing him, too.
We just might need him, Wyatt.
All right? As long as you promise just to wing them. Put your horse over there.
Thank you, Pete.
I don't like the looks of it. Horse traders don't fight.
Is sand running out on you?
Maybe they got Wyatt and Doc with them.
We left them in town. Leave your horses here and follow me.
Give him a load from that cannon, Mr. Gibbs. Maybe that'll discourage him.
Now, Wyatt, quit spoiling the fight. Let him come close.
Don't hardly seem fair to keep him out of pistol range.
Fire when they do.
Fire! Fire!
Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, shotgun Gibbs. Hey, I'm going to get out of here.
So am I.
Oh, you yellow bellies. Son of a blast.
served. You like my Helen, no?
She's a very fine girl, Mr. Reba.
She cannot expect too big of a dowry, but pretty big.
Well, thanks a lot for the nice compliment, Mr. Reba, but well, I'll see what Miss Helen has to say about it. No more danger? No more excitement? You see me now just as a John Law, don't you?
Papa is a foolish man. I have dear memories of you. And of the doctor and Mr. Gibbs. It is enough to have good memories of good friends.
You're very sweet. Vaya con Dios.
Well, he cleaned up the country, the old Wild West country. He made law and order prevail. And none can deny it, the legend of Wyatt forever will live on the trail.
Oh, Wyatt Earp, brave, courageous, and bold. Long live his fame, and long live his glory, and long may his story be told.
ভালোবাসা সুন্দর, ভালোবাসাও সুন্দর। মানুষ নিজের অজান্তেই ভালোবেসে ফেলে।
আমারও মনে হয় কি জানেন, আপনার মতো জানাশোনা কাউকে না আমার বিয়ে করা উচিত।
এটা কি উপলক্ষে?
ম্যাডাম, ফুলটা গ্রহণ করুন, তারপরে বলতেছি।
ভোটার আইডি কার্ডে যার স্বাক্ষরের জায়গায় টিপসই দেয়, এখানে কেউ ডাক্তার।
এই দুইজনের মধ্যে যে আগে ম্যাডামের মন জয় করতে পারবে, ম্যাডাম তার।
একদিন না দেখলে তোমায় বন্ধু আন্ধার লাগে সব, তোমার এই প্রেমে এমনই টান।
রোগীদের তো ডক্টরের কাছে আসলে ব্যথা কমে যায়, আপনি তো উল্টো হলো কেন? আপনি কি উল্টা?
তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, তোমায় ছাড়িয়া যাব মরিয়া, যেও না বন্ধু আমার ভুলিয়া ভুলিয়া।
আমার মনে হয় আমার সমস্যা কপালে। ম্যাডাম, আমার কপালে নেই, আমার কপালে আছে দাগ।
Một cho bao nhiêu? 160 à, thì được phải làm một lần nữa, một hoặc hai lần nữa. Rồi kỹ năng nữa là chụp ảnh, anh chỉ này, đã chờ thì quay rồi sao? Chưa, 10 tiếng nữa. À, cần mất cái thời gian chơi game. Trốn. Good. Not. Xong đấu này. Đấu sĩ à? gì? Nào biết kiếm này. Thứ đồ hộ bố gái. Bao nhiêu rồi? 26 tỷ à? Người thì là 200 rồi. Người là 2 là 1 tỷ. Người là 5. Người là 5 lát. 200 lát. Đó, 200 lát 2 triệu một lát 200 lát 2 4 đó đúng rồi 40 củ. Ôi trời ơi 210 lần nữa đấy 160 à 2 bay 2 nữa là lấy 5 phút bay một chia xong bình chi lên bình nhé đúng nào Olivia ngon có biết kiếm của đánh đâu máu máu hồi máu hồi máu hồi máu hồi máu
তোমাকে 15 লাখ টাকাই দিতে হবে তুমি যদি দিতে না পারো তোমার বাবাকে কল দাও তোমার যত জমি জিরাত বাড়িতে যা যা আছে এগুলো বেচা হইলেও তোমরা আমাদের টাকা পাই পাই করে শোধ করবা
একটা ব্যাপার কি খেয়াল করছো শহরে কিন্তু দুইটা রূপ রাতের এক রূপ দিনের আরেক
বেঁধেছি ঘর হৃদয়ের পর গাঢ় সবুজ ওই গহীন বন
আরে ব্রো সবসময় চিল থাকতে হবে কিচ্ছু মাথায় নেওয়া যাবে না
ভালোবাসা হচ্ছে একজন আরেকজনের উপর ভরসা করে একজন আরেকজনের হাতের উপর হাত রেখে এই জীবনটা কাটিয়ে দেয় কিছু মানুষ এই রাত জেগে থাকে আর টাকার বিনিময়ে সুখ খোঁজে
বসুন
এখন তো সিরিয়াস হওয়া উচিত তাই না আমি তো কোথাও যাচ্ছি না পার্টি করতে তুমি কেন যাচ্ছ কেন বন্ধ করতে পারতেছো না বলো তো কার যে কোথায় সুখ সেটা তার প্রিয় মানুষটাও কখনো জানতে পারে
পাশাপাশি তবু যাচ্ছি বিপরীতে কাছাকাছি তবু যাচ্ছি বহু দূরে
হাই ইউ লুক গুড
থ্যাংক ইউ
Chưa ngoại rồi chuồn búa à anh nhặt anh quay đụng mà anh biết đâu quay ra gì ra con legendary xong rồi cút đâu không có legendary không có à đâu anh không biết đâu đâu để anh về buông vào đây xem anh nhặt tiếp anh không biết đâu về gì ớt phải không đâu ôi à sao tiến bay luôn chung đâu anh thấy có mỗi cái mà đây đây ở đây có 2k5 này sao đây có 2k5 nhỉ đúng rồi 2k5 quyền mặt không để về rồi ok anh 1 tiếng rồi anh bây giờ anh thử thách mình thử thách mình anh đang thử thách nhặt 2.500 cái mũ xong thì tắt được tốt rồi em ơi Đi ngủ đi thời mai nó quay mày chứ mà xem. Nhưng mà mày hôm nọ mày bảo tao xuống lấy xi à? Không có đâu. Bảo là cũng là hôm nọ nó bảo anh là xuống đấy thì gọi cho nó luôn, có để cho được máy bay của anh cũng gọi được, cho em phải lên phòng ấy, mất thông báo nó. Chọn broccoli rồi nhớ nhặt một tí thôi em hai bao nhiêu à? 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 và 60. Bye bye các 1 video 3 ngày 7 tháng 6 2024. Cầu báo đéo rồi chúng ta không bỏ đi đấy. Bài tiếp cái game có kìa, rồi vào bút rồi cùng rồi lại bút xong bay liên tục không được dừng lại thì đấy cái gì Hà cứ ghép nhạc vào nhỉ. 39 là từ buổi bài đấy thì Lào à rồi cả guitar chơi gần nhau quá. Đi xin rồi phải để chết rồi. Toán không bút cổ anh tiểu à. Máy bay tuyến giờ bao tiền đấy. Ta xem ở đây 200 tỷ 2 tỷ là phải trứng đấy, quay trứng legendary sự cho bác này. Anh ăn mà ê thua kìa vẫn cốc ngoài auto mình trứng rồi buồn đấy. Epic à? Rồi đi xin ai con này đồ luôn. Tháo xín máu ở sườn bình thường. Xem nào con số gì epic. Con epic sao đấy quay được lắm. Chồn mình quay được 20 lần. Trốn đấy con à rồi đồ Soroka kỳ viên rồi đất chết rồi kỳ viên rồi để cho Soroka xong viên anh hợp lý không nhỉ? Là lọt cái mini ra gì rồi chỉ là gì như toàn epic thôi. Có ra cái gì khác à? Trốn nhỉ? Rồi. 295 không đổ á. Đổ đi. Kéo vào rào vàng kéo đổ. Bao tiền? 100 triệu tiền. Hết tiền. Wow, trò nếu là gì thật à nhóc nếu hiểu rồi chưa đi xin 2 giờ này chôn búa à quái châm game ơi bao nhiêu rồi bạc chi vậy ok đây rồi thầy quay lại bài tiếp thôi đây lúc này được 200 triệu tiền không ra một con xì xịn nào giờ vui ấy vẽ ác quỷ luôn mà ác quỷ file đấy em bút cho rồi là chỉ được bay thôi thế lúc nào cũng hiện điểm chưa đến nhỉ khi được mấy tỷ bằng có nhiều ạ đủ khỏe rồi hai đéo carry được thằng tanh quay yếu carry được này được xong carry được đi lại bảo carry được đi 61 máu à đấy sao trốn nè bao nhiêu tiền rồi 8 tỷ sự là quá nghèo để xin bút cho em nhé bút luôn từ đầu mày Bắn như tên lửa. Bắn như tên lửa cho thầy. Yes. Yes, binh chilling. 51 tiền à? Lên chết 7, chết 8. 8 à? Sau này sẽ 4.1 đến 8 mà mình thực sự nghèo ấy. Nó ta xin 2 không? Tanh yếu. Lên chết 7 nhất đi lao à? Không, tanh yếu quá. Cháu rồi, xanh. Giảm 5 phép này. Đây. Căng đấy. Ui, lắc rồi. Cái gì đây? What the hell? Anh bệ ác quá lỗi luôn nhân vật tự. Ai xì bà. Phải chưa? Làm đắp bộ rồi. Nhưng mà đắp bộ mà. Chôn à? Mà đắp bộ luôn mà chôn bố. Bệ ác quá thì mà đắp bộ mà. Nhờ số hóa super gian nhỉ? Kinh ấy. Các quỷ luôn mà. Trời nhanh mà nhẹ đấy. Bay qua mấy tỷ cái vệ tinh rồi. Sao có một quan này? Một quan. Tôi đúng à? Xin 2 đi rồi. Xin bảo mà tanh yếu xin 2 sao chịu được. Đúng. Có sao có một con pet nhỉ? Đúng à? Ba quan như một nhưng mà nó hiện một quan nát. Cười mắt vui đây rồi đây. Cười mắt. Từ phương tiếp viện này. Nhưng mà toàn nói đồ à. Rồi. Mình đỡ rồi. Đúng tiền sự cũng nhanh ấy. Rồi không vậy. Chuẩn không? Nhanh đét mà. 8 tỷ có mỗi quan mà. 3 con như một nó để mỗi quan. Nhưng bên trước vẫn để 3 con để khác nhau. Không ta. Bên trước vẫn để 3 con để khác nhau mà. Wow. Dốc không? Dốc của nó sẽ đi cho đét không? Rồi, gây thế sát thương. Rồi, đây là bảo có mỗi đi xin. Một khỏe đấy. Sự là có mỗi đi xin cũng được ấy. Là anh phải từng tí nữa. Từng tí nữa mới đẹp. Lên. Nè. Bình. Nhai. Rồi hết rồi. Lên 8 thôi. Hết gì rồi? Mày có mấy máu rồi? 8 máu là 3 mà. Anh đang boost stock cho cái quân nhân vật của thời mây đấy. Trên này mới con mây vậy. Chúng ta nhìn nhảy qua mây không? Mấy tuổi? 9 tuổi một lần à? Quý nhỉ? 1 tuổi rưỡi này, 3 tuổi này, 4 tuổi rưỡi, 6 tuổi, 7 tuổi rưỡi, 7 tuổi rưỡi, 7 tuổi rưỡi, 8 tuổi rưỡi à? 9 tuổi, rồi xong, rồi, 65, 9 tuổi, về ơi, 8 tuổi rồi, 8 tuổi hơn, 9 tuổi, yes. Chưa có bút à? Chạy thêm một tí nữa, anh xem một con bút. Yes. 6-7 tuổi là 6 lần quay. Gì? Anh còn ra One Legend đấy cho chị Hàn đấy. Galio kiếm mà. Sojin à, có rồi. Galio kiếm nó sẽ là binh ấy, thằng đánh sử ra ấy. Rồi xong mất không ấy. Không có kết triển giá luôn. Mày sự quả quỷ ấy. Ô, được rồi này. Có 7 lap ấy. Nhưng bay kinh quá hay sao? Có 7 lap. Bay nhanh quá trong cúp mà. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gọi như là 2 có tí tanh ấy. Gọi là có tí tanh ấy. Để ông ngoại. Ô mua ra. Cái nụ. Xong. Galio rồi. Galio và Juliet. Xăm quát, xăm tục giật mấy cờ, xăm bầu của kinh. Cái gì? 7 láp à? Mình 7 láp là mắc mà. Quên mất. Chuẩn không vậy. Chim trồ à? Nắng bình thường.